Hey, I got up this morning and after prayer, the Lord told me to make this video about a dream that I had about a week ago. I had no intentions of making it, but I have to be obedient. What the Lord has been doing with me is He's been letting me learn a lot about these demons, and I don't know why, but now I'm actually teaching demonology now just about every weekend now. So he taught me about this demon Leviathan again, and this is not the first dream I had about him. I'll put another dream that I had in the description box so you all can see that. So this dream started off, and it was these two black men, and they were having relations with each other. And I immediately said in the dream, this is a demonic dream, this is a demon dream. And but for some reason, normally when I notice it's a demon dream, the demon that is giving it to me is manifested when I say that, and I come out of it. But for some reason, I didn't come out of this, and I understood later why God wanted me to learn. And He was showing me, it was a demon dream, but He was letting me learn from this dream. Leviathan was trying to get me to be aroused by that somehow, and I actually found it comical in the dream. I was like, that's disgusting, that doesn't arouse me, are you insane? No. So anyway, the scene switched, and then I went back in time to when I was like, I don't know, 19, 20 something. I was very young, and I used to be very beautiful. And I know people want to make comments and say, you're still beautiful, God bless you. But I'm not saying that to get compliments. So, you don't need to say that to me, please. But seriously, I used to be a hair model. I used to look really nice. But anyway, so back in the day, in real life, these two men came up to me and was trying to get me to become a model. They came into a Walgreens that I used to work at downtown Chicago. And this is a upstairs and downstairs Walgreens, and so it's a huge Walgreens, and it was actually it's at the first site of Walgreens that they ever made, like the very first Walgreens, and they just enlarged it. So anyway, I'm working there, and the reason I'm saying all of that is because celebrities would come in all the time, like I saw Scottie Pippen, and other celebrities I can't even remember. A Living Color guy came in there. News people were coming in all the time because it's heart of downtown Chicago. It's very ritzy and draws in some high price people and celebrities. So these two guys came in and they had supermodels with them. I mean, it was just a whole host of supermodels. At the time I didn't know any supermodels by name, like I know a few now that I probably saw back then. That I didn't identify, because this is like 20 years ago. And so anyway, they come in there with these people, and they're just drop dead gorgeous, and everybody is staring at them like, wow, who are they? And they were supermodels. And so the guy comes up to me, and he goes, that was with them, and he says, wow, you're very pretty, you should be a model. And I said, I can't be no model. That's ridiculous, because I'm only 5'4". And I was like, and these women was like 6 feet tall. Every single one of them was super tall. I said, there's no way I could be a model. So then he brings this other guy over, and he's like, no, tell her, look, she has nice cheekbones. We can use your face. And he's like, we can, you can be like a face model, is what he began to say. And so he was trying to convince me to come hang out with them, and then some of the models was looking over and smiling like, yeah, hang out with us. And I was just like, for some reason in my spirit, I didn't feel right. And at the time, I was like a lukewarm Christian. But I didn't feel, but I ended up leaving God after that for, stupidness. But I don't want to get into that. But so I didn't feel right about it, and I was just like, for some reason, I was like, nah, I don't want to. He was like, you can make all this money, you can be rich, and he was just trying his best to entice me, and I was just like, I don't think so, like, nah. He was like, well, take my card and just, think about it. So I took his card. He was like, we stand at this high price, penthouse downtown, and come hang out. And I think I threw his card out the second he left the store. And I don't know why, but for some reason, it just, I didn't feel right in my spirit. And so what this dream, going back to the dream now, that was reality. The dream showed me what my life would have been. And in the dream, it was telling me that those two guys was demons. Okay, that's what the dream told me. So I have to say what I know it sounds crazy, but I'm just saying what the dream showed me, that these two guys was actual demons. And it showed me, had I taken that deal, I would have became a face model, like they said. I would have been really rich, living good, living in this, I saw myself like I was living in a high rise, living it up. And then what they wanted from me is they was using me as a prostitute, an inner prostitute of the organization, like prostituting me within the organization. It was insane. And then Leviathan, it was Leviathan himself. And I knew this instantly. And I didn't see him in this dream. But I will share an experience, because I have seen Leviathan and I've never shared the experience that I'm going to share after this. He comes forth and he's talking to me, but I didn't see him. And he's talking to me like a human being. I mean, just as calm as ever. And he's like, don't you wish you would have taken that deal? And I was like, no. It's like, all you had to do is, have sex with them, and then you would have been so rich and everything, and you would still be beautiful. He was like, you would still be beautiful. You would have long, beautiful hair and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't care what I would have. I don't want that. I don't have no desire for it. It's a piece of garbage. I said, I'm a Christian and I serve the Lord. And I could care less about this piece of garbage that you're trying to present me with. Now, in this dream, then at this point, I started seeing these faces flash of these two men. Okay, both of them actually are supposed to be godly Christians. And I'm not going to say their name right now. If God releases me to say people's name, I will. But I try to leave it out. But I don't like saying names too much, because I'm going to tell you guys, there's a lot of people like this. They are in the body of Christ. Now, I'm constantly seeing these people, and in the dream, it was telling me that they are the ones responsible. They was warlocks, and they was responsible for giving me this dream, this demonic dream. And I knew that instantly, and I got confirmation after one of them was commenting on my page, and you won't see his comments now because I deleted them. Because once you know you're dealing with a warlock, you want to delete their comments. And I had a sister in Christ message me and say, this guy, I believe he's a warlock, Shauna, watch out. And I said, you got to be kidding me. I just had a dream about him last night. So what she said was confirmation. And God showed me that in this dream, these two guys, okay? I also kept seeing at this point, I'm constantly seeing throughout the dream, Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio, okay? And I'll go into that as to why I saw that right after I tell the dream. But I knew instantly, I had an idea instantly in the dream of why I was seeing them as well. So anyway, I said no to that piece of garbage, and then the scene switched again. So Leviathan tried to tempt me with sex, and he tried to tempt me with money, okay? Then he tempted me again. The scene switched. And what I saw is people, one of them was the warlock. Actually, both of them was the warlock. It was showing how these two people that have been in my life, they was messaging me, and they was talking to me very rudely, okay? And sometimes as Christians, when you're a certain level of Christ, you feel like you know something. You feel like you've achieved something, okay? And the devil uses that. It's called pride. And pride coming before a fall. So what Leviathan was showing me next was them and the way they was talking to me, because they was saying things real rudely to me, like, here is understanding, you don't know nothing, you need to come up a level, you blah blah blah, this is the way they was talking to me. And then they would talk a whole bunch of stuff like I'm stupid and they got all the knowledge. And Leviathan was like, oh, look at the way they talk to you, oh, doesn't that make you mad, oh my goodness, look at this, look at that. And I said to him very calmly, I said, no, it's okay that they talk to me that way. They may have some knowledge that I need to learn. I said, no, I have no pride over that. And, maybe I need to learn something from them. I don't know. They may say something that is interesting to me. No, how could they talk to you like that? But he wasn't talking like that. He was very calm. He was like, but how could they talk to you like that? You, a woman of God, how could they say that to you? That's how he was talking, real calm. And I said, no, it's okay. It's okay. And then the dream ended. Okay, what he tried to tempt me with, sex, and it wasn't any type of sex. They used abnormal sex on purpose because it's more powerful. The sin is greater when you do something that is against the natural nature of the way that God intended, like homosexuality. So that's why they come to you like that a lot of times. Like the devils will try to tempt me with women. I have no desire for a woman. But they do that on purpose because they're trying, they want that extra boost to really curse you. So then he tried the money. That didn't work. And looks. Let's not forget that one. Then he tried pride. And glory to God, I said no to it all, so he was not able to curse me. He was showing me Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt because I already know that Leonardo DiCaprio is a demon. I know that for certain. And I know people will not understand. I just got through talking to somebody today, my relative, I'll put it that way. Because she doesn't understand how I can call somebody a demon because she doesn't get it. These are real demons, and I'm not going to go into it. I'm not joking. I'm not saying that to be mean or hurt anybody's feelings. They're real demons on this earth, and they've been here a long time. Leonardo DiCaprio is a demon, and his demon looks like an alien gray. That's just what it looks like. Okay? I don't know about Brad Pitt, but I think that God was showing me this dream because I got the sense in the dream that they were demons. Now, I already know Leonardo is, but Brad Pitt, I don't know about him, and I think this is God telling me that he is also a demon. And what demon are they? What is odd is I knew I was talking to Leviathan. Okay, but Leviathan is the king over the children of pride. Not necessarily sex, but he works with sex demons. So I think that this dream was revealing to me what demons that they are. Because I don't know which demons they represent. So it could be one of them is Leviathan. And then the sex demon could be, I don't know, somebody else, Baphomet, for all I know. Because it's many sex demons that work with sex demons. So I've already dealt with one, belphegor. And that one is, I already know who that one is. I already did a video on that demon. I mean, I know which celebrity that demon is. I don't think I've ever released that publicly, but I do know. And it's not either one of these guys. So I don't know if I still need clarity for God to reveal to me which demon are they supposed to be. But anyway, God told me to make this video. So I just want you guys to be on guard, make sure that you are not doing any of those things. Because these devils are on a rampage right now. They're trying to tempt us, even if this video is for 1 or 2 people that God told me to make it for, don't fall for the games. We are too close to the end days, and don't fall for this peace and safety crap, because that's exactly what it is. And I will share another experience that I had with Leviathan, and I haven't shared this one because this one's a real, you'll see. Anyway, when I was like 20, I was in my 20s, I think, yeah. This is the God in heaven honest truth that happened to me. I was on a date with a guy who was in med school, and I was at his high rise, downtown Chicago. And I have to say high rise because we were seated up high, and this is important for what I'm about to share. And both of us was looking out the window. It's a beautiful view of Chicago. And all of a sudden, this giant Leviathan creature. This is not a dream. Not at all. This creature came out of the Chicago River. It was clear as day, and it stood out of the Chicago River and stood up and was as tall as a building. And everybody stopped. It was a ton of people. I mean, this is Chicago. There was like 1 million people or more. Everybody stopped what they was doing and was looking at this thing and was mesmerized by it. But it was like they was in a trance. And, if anybody's had an experience like this, please share it. I have not shared this publicly because it's really far out there. But it was like they was in a trance, and I was the only one not in a trance. It reminded me of one of them movies. You know, everybody, like, I used to watch V, and the end of V that came on TV in a sitcom, the exact same thing happened. Everybody was in a trance except for like one person. So everybody was all tranced out, like their mind was gone. And I'm sitting up there like, what on earth, what is this creature? And this thing just came out the water like it was elegant and beautiful and just stood up. And then it went, I saw it as it went back into the water. And everybody just drove and carried on about their day like it was nothing. And I was like, what on earth? And I remember the guy I was with at the time. I said, dude, did you just see that? What's going on? I'm freaking out. He's like, what are you talking about? He had no idea what I was talking about. But he was still thawed out. He wasn't back all the way yet. For the rest of the night, he was in a trance. He was back like a robot. He was like, what are you talking about? And then he would sit down and stare, like he was staring into outer space, like he was in a trance still. And I just left. I stayed there for like an hour trying to talk to him about what we just saw. And I would try to talk to him after that. And he had no recollection of, you know, what I was talking about. And he came back to himself like after that, but maybe a day or two after that when I talked to him. I don't remember how many days after. But this is something that seriously happened to me. And it was not a dream. And I don't think it was a vision. This seriously happened. I mean, and I thought about, you know, some of these movies like Men in Black when they blink people out and they can't remember stuff. I think that mess happens in real life. Now, why God is revealing this to me, I have no idea. But these things really did happen to me. I'm not making this up.